Hi guys, it's Astro Ocean, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to survive your first Lost Lands Festival. I went the first year they did this, and it was honestly so amazing. And for all of you guys that are trying to go this year, I want to tell you guys how it is, and hopefully this is useful to you guys. If you got to a camping festival before, a lot of this is like nothing new to you, but since this is in September, the weather's going to be different. The vibe is just different. It's a all-base festival, and it's in the middle of Ohio, like in the middle. Is it in the middle of Ohio? I don't know, but today I just want to help you guys, so let's get this started. So to get the rundown of the festival itself, when you get your ticket or your wristband, this is what last year's wristband looked like. It just says Lost Lands. It's green, it's cute, it has my code. I mean, can't really use it anymore. Obviously with this little thing, don't pull it as tight as you can because it's just gonna get tighter and tighter. I'm surprised I got this out. I don't know how. And then they give you a little manual. They give you a pen too, which is really nice. I don't think you guys really care, but they give you this Lost Lands pen for if you buy the GA wristband. And then for camping, they usually give you a camping wristband. I didn't do GA camping. I did Premier camping, so we got Dino Den, and then I had to cut mine because the lady put on mine way too tight. It'll say Lost Lands, it'll say this is basically your identity to say for them to know that you got the Premier camping. No one else can come in here unless they have that wristband. And then they give you this little manual. So basically in the manual, it just gives you a message from Excision, view the stages. So at Lost Lands, I don't know what they're doing this year, if it's still gonna be 2, but there's 2 stages. There's the Paradox stage and the Cave of Souls. They're very far distance from each other, so you won't be really overlapping the music, so that's really nice. They do provide you a map of everything just to look at it. So I did Dino Den. It is literally right by the entrance of the festival, and if you do GA camping, there's different types of GA camping. You're going to be kind of farther away. There's also RV camping and like already furnished camping, which is right next to Dino Den. It's right in front of us. There's also another page where they will tell you directions and what each campsite does or is. And then on the back, they give you the lineup. This was last year's lineup. So I have like a couple of notes here for each experience. And I'm going to be starting off with getting to the festival. If you're traveling far, such as by plane, I would suggest you guys to buy the furnished camping. You could either rent a car and pay for weekend parking, or you could Uber. I think it'd be better for you to just Uber, if they let you Uber. I don't know. But if they do let you Uber, I would suggest for you to Uber, because there's no point of renting a car for a whole weekend when you can't even really drive it anywhere. You could also buy some groceries like snacks and stuff. Since you're traveling by plane, you can't really bring grills in or anything, or pans or anything. So you could bring like chips, buy dry foods, buy stuff that you could easily make and not have to worry about much. Or you could just rely on the food vendors there. They do have a lot of food vendors. In Premier Camping, they only had about 4 or 5 food vendors, if I remember correctly. But GA had more from what I've heard, so just keep that in mind. You do have many options for food though, regardless, whether it be on the campgrounds or inside the festival itself. If you're traveling by car, whether you're renting one or using your own car, make sure it's big enough to not only fit you and your friends, but everyone's stuff and everyone's camp gear. I went with a group of 5 other people, and we ended up having to rent a minivan because we had a huge ass tent, and we had not only our own bags, but we also brought a bunch of coolers full of food and alcohol. You don't need to bring as much alcohol as us. I don't know why we brought that much alcohol, but just remember to consider how much space you have and accommodate with that. And also keep in mind how long your drive is going to be and plan your trip. If you know you're like, for example, we were 10 to 12 hours away. We left Thursday night, got there Friday morning. if you want to get there by Thursday, you have to pay a little extra to stay that extra day and set your camp up early. We got there, but we didn't want to do that because some of us had school. So we left Thursday night, got there Friday morning. We got there around 7:30. If I remember correctly, the campgrounds open at 7. And for even when we got there at 7:30, Dino Den had 13 avenues, which is 13 lanes of camping, and we were 10th, so we were third to last. So even when we got there relatively early in the day, I'd say, we were still late. So just keep that in mind. If you guys want to be closer to the entrance to get to the park entrance, or if you want to be closer to all the food vendors, all the bathrooms, all the shower station trailers, and all the water stations, then you'd want to get there as early as you possibly can. Packing for Lost Lands. Obviously, you want to pack your normal clothes, your pajama clothes, and your rave clothes. You have to keep in mind how the weather is going to be there. It's going to be borderline summer and fall. So it'll be around low to high 70s during the day, but it'll be high 30s, low 40s at night. So you can bring t-shirts, you can bring shorts for the day, but please also bring hoodies, sweaters, sweatpants, or leggings for the nighttime, because trust me, you guys are going to be freezing. And that walk to the bathroom at 3 in the morning is not cute and not fun if you underdress, because I know me and my friends, we underpacked. We underestimated how cold it would be, because 40 degrees where I live is not 40 degrees in Ohio. It's relatively different. Also, for sleeping bags, bring a relatively warm or winter sleeping bag, but also bring a warm blanket, like a fleece lined blanket or really fluffy blanket to put on top of your sleeping bag, because it gets so cold, like you need that extra layer of warmth. And don't forget to bring a pillow, you know? Also, don't forget your basics such as your toiletries and toilet paper, because honestly, the bathroom trailers, they would run out of toilet paper, and at night they don't really restock. So you just have to make sure you bring your toilet paper roll just in case they don't have any. Also, don't forget to bring paper towels and baby wipes, because the lines at the showers are so long. You want to bring baby wipes just in case, like, you can't wait that long for a shower. You have baby wipes as a backup. It'll make you feel a little bit cleaner. I know in GA camping, from what people have told me last year, you would have to pay, I think, like $5 or $8 or something to take a shower in GA. But in Dino Den or enhanced camping, you get showers free. Also, don't forget to bring a dust mask. It gets relatively dusty there. Where the venue is, there's like a lot of dirt or dry mud or whatever kind of soil that is. So when people are walking around, like, dust will fill up in the air, and you don't want crusty boogers. So please bring a dust mask for your safety. And don't forget comfy rave shoes and flip-flops, because shower trailers, again, if you're gonna take a shower, you don't want to stand in that shit barefoot. It's like really gross. So bring flip-flops, guys. Also, these are things that you don't want to bring, because I did not know this. I guess I didn't, like, they do have, I think, a guideline in the website, but don't bring anything that has an aerosol spray, or anything that has glass. They'll throw that away. They check all your bags. Well, getting on to checking your bags, like the security at Lost Lands for camping, upon you getting to camp, right before you get into the campgrounds, they will tell you to park your car, unload your car, and they will literally search through every person's individual bag, every individual cooler, every individual everything. They'll make you look at they'll even, some of them, depending on whoever's checking your stuff, will even tell you to unravel your tent. I know there were 2 or 3 people looking at me and my friends' stuff, and the lady that was looking at my bag, she literally she opened it. I rolled my clothes. She literally just unrolled them, opened them, and kind of like shaked them, and then she kind of just like roughly folded it again and put it back in my duffel bag. And I was just kind of like, damn, like, I folded everything so neatly for it to fit perfectly, and she just basically opened every little thing, like even my makeup bag. Like, she would just like open anything that was in a Ziploc bag. I brought Dramamine with me because I got motion sickness. She opened that. She literally like took out all the pills, rummaged through them, and then poured them back in. Just depending on whoever it is, they check thoroughly, so just please keep that in mind. If you are bringing in things that should not be brought into festivals, if you catch my drift, just be careful. I'm not advocating for anything, but I know this does happen, so I'm just telling you guys to just, you know, be careful, and I'm giving you guys a heads up and to keep in mind, just be careful with how you pack your shit. However, I do remember that they did not check us, like what's on us, and they didn't really check the car interior. They just unloaded our car. They just told us to unload our car and just check the things that we packed into our car. In the festival, of course, you need to bring hydration packs. You want to stay hydrated. They do, obviously, it has to be empty upon entrance. That's like every festival. It's a typical security check. It varies by the person that's checking your stuff. They'll either be really chill or really strict. I remember I only got my shoes. They only told me to take my shoes off once, and the other couple of days they didn't really check my shoes. I also noticed later in the day they didn't really care as much because not as many people were coming in and out of the festival. And some of them, like, they kind of some of them recognize you, so they don't really, you know, they're like, okay, you're good, you know? So it just depends. Like I said, just be careful regardless. You never want to keep your guard down. You don't want to bring in something and make, you know, have them throw it away. Like, that sucks. It's not fun. Like, you don't want to bring something like expensive, for example, and they're like, oh, you got to throw that out or bring it back to your camp and have to walk all the way back there and put it away, you know? Also, security wise, in the campgrounds, there are people that walk to and from here and there, like throughout the campsites, but don't bring anything ridiculously expensive to camp. I think that's common sense. And if you do, lock it in your car. Like, you know, there's a lot of great people that I've met at Lost Lands, but I've heard some stories like through Reddit and stuff where there were people that were not so nice. So just be careful with that too. And like I said, with my experience with Dino Den, I did not do GA. The only reason why we chose Dino Den was mainly because the size of the lot. It was basically double the size of GA. Not only that, it was also close to the entrance, and they said they had shower and bathroom trailers that were free for us. If you did GA, you would have to pay for it. So that's why we chose that. It is up to you guys. It obviously costs more, but to me, if you're splitting it with like 6 people, it's totally worth it. I think Dino Den, per lot, you can only have up to 6 people, but if you split it by that, it's not that much. I think each person paid about $100 last year. I can't remember, but it's really nice. It's really convenient. Like, my neighbors were nice. It's so close to the entrance. I didn't have to feel like, oh my god, I have to walk back 20 minutes just to put something away or get something. It's literally right there. It's like a 10-minute walk, because like from the Paradox stage you have to walk up a hill and then turn and then leave. It's like about 10 minutes. So it's really nice and it's really convenient. And in the festival, I'm going to be talking about that. I already gave you guys a quick rundown of what's in the festival. There's 2 stages, the Cave of Souls and the Paradox. The Paradox is the main stage. Cave of Souls is more towards the back. But if I were you guys, the best time to see the Cave of Souls is at night. The visuals are ridiculously crazy. It's so awesome. It's so cool. There's not only visuals inside the cave, but outside too. So keep that in mind. There's also dinosaurs there. Some of them don't move. Some of them are animatronic, so that's really cool. Some of them make noises. It's a very hilly venue, so you're going to be going up and down the slopes. And all the porta potties are in one general area. So, for example, like right here, Paradox was here and Cave of Souls was here. So here's all the vendors, and basically the bathrooms were in between all of that. So there's the crap ton of porta potties right in between it, and then like towards the sides of the porta potties there's like 2 to 3 water stations on each side. So it wasn't too bad, but if you're going up the hill from the Paradox stage, like say you're in the middle of the stage, walking back up was so shitty. It took, like, since there's so many people, it took us about 10 minutes to go to the bathroom each time. And to refill the waters, really filling the waters, it was kind of slow because so many people, it was all in one general area and there were so many people trying to refill it. I mean, it took us about 15 to 20 minutes, which isn't too bad, but sometimes the water would be really slow or really fast because, you know, someone else would be using it next to you and so on. There's also, by the side of the paradox stage, there's these huge trees, and you have like little hammocks, and it like the trees light up at night, and it looks really cool. It looks like the trees are on fire, but they're not. It's just like the lighting. And finally, I have all my other tips. So like, we're getting close to the end, guys. I'm almost done. I'm trying to make this video as short as I possibly can. Other tips is, of course, stay hydrated. Always have meetup spots. It's camping. It's not too bad if you lose people, because worst case scenario is, oh, they're back at the campsite. You just go back. Also, keep in mind, there you have no service whatsoever. If you're T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon, I know for sure you guys will not have service, because I did not have service and my friends did not have service that whole weekend. I did not get service until Sunday night. Like, literally right when the festival ended. I did not get any service until then. I heard Boost has service. Like, this girl I met, she had Boost, she had service, or Cricket, or Sprint might have service. I'm not sure, but I know for sure T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, we did not have service for like 90% of our duration there. So just have meetup spots and don't expect to get any text from the outside world for a couple of days. Also, external batteries are your best friend. If you're going to get an external battery, I totally recommend getting one that's like 10,000 milliamps or higher. Like, this one is 10,000. This lasted me the whole weekend there. Since I didn't have service, I didn't get texts from anybody. All I did was just record videos and save them. And I would only charge my phone like twice a day. I would wait until my phone went down to at least 30% before I charged it. So this lasted me the whole weekend. I think 10,000 milliamps is about 6-7 charges. Well, for me at least. So keep that in mind. The higher milliamps, the better. You don't own this like 2,000 or 3,000, because that's not going to last you at all during the whole trip there. And make sure it's charged before you leave, okay? My friend brought hers and she realized it wasn't charged. Also, get the Lost Lands app. It works without data, and like, you can always set up your schedule for if you want to see certain set times. You can set it up and you can use it when you didn't have service. Like, I had no service, but I was still able to check and see who was up next and blah 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 and so on and so forth. So it was really nice. It was really convenient. I totally suggest you getting it. And last and most importantly, bring earphones or earbuds. They do give them out the first day of Lost Lands. That's what they did last year. But after the first day, they were out. They did not give out anymore. It protects your ears. Bass is awesome, but please don't go deaf from it. Like, my friend did not get a chance to get the earbuds, one of them, but the rest of us did. But we were using it. So by the end of the festival, his ears were ringing for like basically a day and a half or two. So just protect your ears, guys. It's not worth it, okay? Like, protect your ears. Buy some. I don't recommend buying the foam ones you get at Home Depot. They muffle the sound. It's really bleh. Get ones that are strictly for EDM, where they cancel out about 12 decibels or something like that. You can find some on Amazon. You can just Google them. They'll literally pop up. And some of them are really nice and stylish, but they're small. So try not to lose them, okay, guys? And I think that's about it. That's all I can think of at the moment. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, or you guys have personal like experiences there yourself that you want to share and have any tips, please feel free to share them. The more the merrier. I always say, like, I like these kind of, like, I made this video because I wish, like, you know, some people would make this like for other festivals, because if I've never been to one, I want to know what I'm getting myself into. And I hope this video helps you guys get an idea of what you're possibly getting yourself into if you're going to Lost Lands this year or next year, and so on and so forth. I know they're adding more stuff, so things might be a little different, but I hope you guys get the general idea. I think I said ideal like 50 times now, but y'all get it. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.